go all in and put the passion behind it and the resources behind it. It is home. It is home for me.
I live for that moment. It's exhilarating.
When it comes to scripting the perfect center back, Coady Andrews would be a pretty good model. Big, athletic, strong, intimidating, not afraid to be an enforcer. I had the chance to go one-on-one with Coady while training at IMG down in Florida. We talk about his unusual path to pro soccer, his recent nuptials, and his expectations for the 2017 campaign. We are joined by Centerback for the Oklahoma City Energy, Coady Andrews, back for another year. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing?
Make you put down your coffee cup for 2 seconds.
Well, you gave it to me, so I'm gonna take it.
Just got too comfortable. Too comfortable. Speaking of comfortable, are you comfortable in Oklahoma City? You've been here, what, year and change now?
Yeah. This is gonna be my 3rd year, so the wife and I are all settled in. We enjoy the city. I'm from Kansas City originally, so it's pretty similar in terms of speed and kind of how the city works. So I really enjoy it. I love being here.
Back for training camp. You're a veteran now, and traditionally in other sports, veterans aren't big fans of training camp, but you're in a pretty good place in Florida. And is it just a case where you've got so many new players this year, you got to focus on getting to know these people, and you don't really have a chance to grind too much yet?
I don't necessarily mind coming down to training camp. I think there's a part of everybody that misses the family and the wife and the kids, the dogs, whatever you have, and but it's good to be down here, and it makes it easier that you have, a good team. I mean, everyone's having a lot of fun down here, and we're competing hard. And when, it's time to get down to business, we get down to business. And when it's time to have fun, we have fun. So, I'm enjoying it. I'm taking it as it comes, and, no complaints on my end.
Last year, huge year for you, huge year for the defense as a whole. You guys were competing for league records, it seemed like the entire season. Did it validate you as a top flight center back? In your mind, do you feel like that season proved something?
Well, I guess my perspective is I always feel like I have something to prove. Even when, I don't hear this too often, but if someone says, oh, you're doing really well or whatever, I think there's always a part of me that I wouldn't say doesn't necessarily believe it, but I never feel comfortable. So I know that I have a job to do, and I know that job is, to help the team in whatever way I can. And, if you have some good guys around you that can kind of make up for where you lack, and hopefully, you can help out on their end, you make for a pretty good, unit or team. So.
And you guys it took you a second to find your pace. I think playing with Lorendi last year, and I've talked to Lorendi about it as well, it took him a second. He might have played on teams that he had to do more. He had to be more aggressive with players. I think it took him a second to figure out the way you play, the way the rest of the defense played, and then once you finally hit the stride, everything worked pretty well.
I thought we had a really cohesive back line last year, and I mean, when Coady takes charge of the box and you can worry about what's in front of you, that makes our jobs a lot easier. So, it's great to be able to be in a position to get that kind of recognition. But once it's done, and you got to keep being that player in order to be that player. So, hopefully I can continue to grow and be the best I can be for this back line and in front of Coady, and do what I job for the guys in front of me.
Take us through your soccer background, because you mentioned you're from Kansas City, and you didn't have the traditional path that a lot of the players have.
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm like super unique, but I didn't really start playing competitive soccer until I was 16. I grew up playing soccer, and I thought I was, it was like recreational stuff, nothing really competitive, but like 6 to 9 or whatever, and always was playing baseball and basketball just like all the other kids at the time. And at some point, right around 10, I don't remember the exact age, but I got really dedicated to baseball. It's kind of what my dad wanted me to do. And I was on a super competitive team, and we were playing 100 games, whatever. It was too much, and so I did that for a long time, and ended up getting burnt out on that. And about the time I started playing high school soccer, kind of as something to do, outside of baseball. When I quit baseball officially, I decided that I should probably pursue well, I didn't decide. I just wanted to be around my friends more than anything and do something.
Especially at that age,
yeah, and compete, So my friends were on a competitive team in Kansas City, and I, kind of just, figured out how to get a tryout there. And, I got a tryout, got on the team, and just kind of took off from there. So
Soccer in Kansas City obviously has a more storied background, obviously, in Oklahoma City, but it's still not like the go-to sport for the Kansas City, especially at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Sporting KC had not taken off by then. So was it untraditional for you to go through the ranks in Kansas City like that?
Well, you had guys before me that were out of Kansas City, some really good players out of Kansas City. I could go on a list, but the way I started my professional pursuit actually is the competitive coach when I was 16 was a guy named Kevin Wardlaw, great guy. He's actually the head coach of Mid-America Nazarene University in Olathe, Kansas. Mm-hmm. And so by the time I was ready to enter college, I didn't have, I wasn't playing baseball. I wasn't really prepared for college. I was just kind of, hoping for the best. Ended up getting a small scholarship there, and he really liked me, and he wanted me to be, in college soccer, and he kind of took me under his wing and mentored me and helped grow me. So I played that first year at Mid-America and was getting in quite a bit and starting some games and starting competing. And then I met some really good people who were pretty serious about soccer and trying to pursue professional soccer. So there's a guy named John Lemon, and he invited me to go play with the Cleveland City Stars reserve team, which was an old USL team back in the day. And I went there for a summer and played for the reserve side of the Cleveland City Stars professional team. And that's when I made my decision. I just started making baby steps I made my decision that that's what I wanted to do. And I just started making baby steps in order to reach, the professional ranks.
And have been in the USL now for a little while. What is Jimmy like to play for?
In my opinion, he's a player's coach. I love the guy. I love playing for him. I love his passion. I really do enjoy him as a human being, not only as a coach. And that, I think that's, I don't know where that on the spectrum of importance of being a really good soccer coach, but it's important to me. So, and I know a lot of the other guys respect him, and so that's a big reason why I want to do well and be here, and so it's good.
Let's talk about personal life, because you are you technically still a newlywed?
I don't know. I'm a little over a year and a couple months.
I'm sure the wife would still call you a newlywed.
I think we can call ourselves newlyweds.
That's cool. And how's that going?
Great. Yeah, it's going really well. So I think she still likes me.
Which is always a plus.
Well, yeah, that's what I think. So,
has that changed your priorities? Has that changed you as a player?
She was with me through the ups and downs. So I think my perspective. I think it's natural. As you get older, you start thinking about life, making a family, these types of things, and where does soccer fit into that, and what other things should be kind of on the agenda moving forward. But she wants the best for me and whatever I want, and she's going to support that 100%. So it's really nice to have that. I don't have to worry about that kind of pressure from, we need to do this or we need to do that or that type of thing. It's if I want something, and soccer right now is, what I want to do, she's going to be there and she's going to support me, and that's part of the reason it works.
Where is Coady Andrews after he finishes playing?
Well, what I think I'm going to be doing is financial advising. Well, I call it financial advising, but financial educating. So over the last couple years, I guess I can let you guys know. Over the last couple years, I've met a really awesome individual here in Oklahoma City who's kind of took me under his wing. And he runs a financial advising office. He has a few of them. Mm-hmm. And so he's been helping me start, it's complete.
World investments,
that type of stuff. Yeah, that type of stuff.
Smart, makes sense.
It's good. It was kind of the perfect timing because it was a lot of things that I needed to know as I was getting married. You know, it's the stuff you don't learn in school. You know, it's simple stuff that everyone should know, but it's a huge part of, I would call your financial health. So
I still think the schools need to have financial 101 at every level, junior high, high school, college, all that.
yeah, they need to figure out a way to make it stick too.
I know.
Yeah.
Expectations for this year, especially with all the new faces.
I mean, I think I always, it doesn't matter what the team looks like, you go, well, you don't play this game for second place, you know? So my expectations are, you know, figure out a way to win a thing. You know, that's my expectations. I don't know how that looks, but you know, that's my goal, and I can tell you that that's where the team's goal is at. You know, that's kind of what we want. You know, and I can't tell you if that's realistic or not. I think we have a lot of high expectations for this team. So as long as, you know, we stay healthy and we're working hard and we're constantly pursuing to get better day in and day out, we have a good shot. So it's going to be a fun team to play with this year. So we got a lot of guys who like to get on the ball, you know, so that it's going to be it's going to be a fun game playing.
I think we have more speed this year than last year.
Definitely with DJ back and with Alex Dixon, who's lightning. Miguel is, you know, he may not look like it. He's super quick. He's deceivingly fast. You know, we got some players that can put some defenders on their heels really quick. So that's gonna be a great, you know, thing for us moving forward offensively. Absolutely.